Okay, in this video we're going to have a look at the different establishment options that a business owner has got. So we've looked at some of the personal qualities required, considered the information that would be utilised to consider starting a business, then the business idea itself. Now moving on to establishment options. So a business owner's got three main options. They've been a new business, an established business, or a franchise. 70% of new businesses start from scratch, 26% of people purchasing a business from someone else, and 4% sort of come around through other means, inheritance, salvaging a failed business or bought by the employees of the business itself. So setting up a new business from scratch, that option really is ideal when the idea is quite unique and there's maybe not an established business out there like that. The owner recognises that there's a particular gap in the market or an opportunity in the market to start that particular type of business, or when current businesses can't fulfil a particular type of demand that this business option is going to offer. Buying an existing business can be risky, but it can also be advantageous. Clearly there's a capital outlay required because you're buying an established business with an established reputation, potentially with premises, with staff, etc. One important consideration for a business owner buying an existing business is to get a really good look at the financials of the business. How profitable has this business actually been? What sort of revenue has been generated every year? What are the costs involved in this business? Business might be making a large amount of revenue, but it's actually a very cost-heavy business, and therefore it's incurring significant costs for the owner. Also, what's the goodwill situation of the business? So is the business does it have a really good reputation, and is that going to be paid for? Or in fact, has the business got quite a poor reputation, and purchasing that particular business because of the poor goodwill might be a questionable option for a prospective owner. Then you've got the franchise option. Franchises are in the press a lot at the moment because there's a lot of franchisees who are finding it pretty tough to be profitable, and often they feel like they're quite locked into those franchise agreements. So in a franchise agreement, you've got two parties. The franchisor, that's the business that grants the right to others to use its particular product, McDonald's, 7-Eleven, for example, and they supply things like the name, the reputation that comes with it, staff training, development, business methods, how you're going to actually do things within that particular business, how you're going to cook your burgers at Macca's, for example. Management skills, so providing some advice, tuition on how to actually effectively manage that particular franchise. The materials, so if you're at McDonald's, again, all the equipment needed to actually cook all of the burgers, the chips, run the drive-through, the Mac Cafe, etc. And then you've got the franchisee, so that's the person who actually buys that right to use that particular franchise. The success rate is said to be 2 to 3 times that of other types of businesses. Like I said before, I think that there are some interesting things coming out of the franchise sector at the moment which might suggest that statistic is a little overinflated, and the word success should be in inverted commas. What does success actually look like? The franchisee needs to provide things like starting capital. These things don't come free. I think a McDonald's franchise is somewhere in the order of $2 million to buy one. They need to hire the staff. They actually need to manage the operation, and that's where 7-Eleven, one of the examples over here, it's been said that some managers there were working 20 hours a day because they couldn't afford to pay staff, because the franchise model wasn't really that fair on the franchisee. And they also need to agree to the terms of the franchise agreement, and that often means handing the franchise back to head office if it's not successful or if it doesn't meet certain criteria. So there are just some advantages and disadvantages for both the franchise for a franchise, many of which I've covered already, and which we'll cover in a bit more detail in class. Okay, in the next video we'll look at particular market.